Let go of her. Now! Aiden glowered at Cade, who was wielding a small knife. Panic filled Charlotte's eyes as Cade tightened his grip around her waist. What are you going to do about it if I don't? Cade smirked. Charlotte turned to Cade. This is the man I was telling you about, Cade. He's... She stammered for a moment, fishing for an excuse. This is my boyfriend, and if you don't stop making passes at me, he's going to make you regret it. Suddenly, Cade backed off slightly. This is your boyfriend? His eyes studied Aiden carefully. Then he started laughing, tossing his head back. Yeah, right. This guy? No way. Aiden refused to take Cade's bait. How do you know this guy, Charlotte? Her eyes lowered to the ground. Cade is my ex. Don't listen to her. She's still mine, Cade snarled. Back off. I told you, Cade, it's over between us. We're not going to ever be together again. So let go, or Aiden will make you pay, Charlotte warned. Cade started snickering again. I don't believe you. I don't believe you're actually dating this guy. He glared at Aiden. If you really are her boyfriend, then prove it. Kiss her. Aiden's mind raced. Kiss Charlotte? I shouldn't. I don't want to cheat on Ava. But if it means getting her out of this mess without anyone getting hurt, it might be the best option. I'm waiting, Cade sneered. Kiss her! Charlotte's face had turned bright red. She stared at Aiden, pleading with him to silently play along. Aiden slowly stepped toward Charlotte. He wrapped his hand around her waist, pulling her closer. Her perfume was intoxicating. Slowly, he leaned forward and kissed her. And she kissed back. As they kissed, Aiden was finding it difficult to stop. This is dangerous. She's so beautiful. Suddenly, Aiden felt Cade's hand on his shoulder. Enough of this bullshit! Cade pulled Aiden away from Charlotte, and without warning, he punched Aiden in the face. Aiden! Charlotte screamed, backing away from them. Aiden felt blood trickle from his nose. Oh, you're gonna pay for that, you bastard. Oh yeah? Come on then. Show me what you got. Cade smirked, brandishing his knife. Aiden raced toward him, dodging a couple of quick punches. Within seconds, Aiden managed to wrap his hand around Cade's wrist. He twisted Cade's arm backward, and his knife clattered to the ground. Cade groaned in agony as Aiden pinned Cade's arm behind his back. Aiden leaned in close to Cade's ear. Get out of here, before I really mess you up. He released Cade, pushing him away from Charlotte. Cade stammered, surprised by Aiden's strength. Fine. Forget this. Who'd want to be with an ugly bitch like you anyway? Cade spat on the ground and stormed away. Tears formed in Charlotte's eyes as Cade got in his car and sped off. Aiden pulled her in for a hug. It's okay. It's over now. He didn't hurt you, did he? Charlotte shook her head. No, I'm all right now. Can I give you a ride home then? She nodded. Yes, thank you. Aiden drove Charlotte home. As the silent streets of Chicago whirred by the car window, Charlotte seemed very shaken up. She exhaled softly. I'm sorry for what happened back there, Aiden. Aiden furrowed his brow. What do you mean? I'm sorry for saying that you are my boyfriend, and for making you kiss me. She avoided making eye contact with him as she spoke. I just panicked, and I didn't know what to do. I would have said anything to make him stop. Aiden felt guilty about kissing Charlotte, and even more for liking it. What is she doing to me? I can't have feelings for her. She's my wife's best friend. Suddenly, Aiden grew flustered. You're right. You shouldn't have put me in that position. I'm married to your best friend, remember? Even if it's a situation like that, that puts me in, well, it puts me in a really tough spot. Charlotte sighed. I know, I don't know. I freaked out, okay? I had to do something. Well, it worked out this time. Just try not to do it again, okay? Charlotte nodded. Okay. As they drove, Aiden could feel Charlotte staring at him. So, growing up in that orphanage really taught you a lot, huh? Aiden avoided her gaze. Well, yeah. I guess I did learn a few things. I told you that's how I learned to fight. I had to learn how to take care of myself, you know? Charlotte nodded. Right, of course. She then tossed her hair over her shoulder, her eyes sparkling at Aiden. It's just, you took down Isaac and his men. You rescued me from Cade. Cade is basically a bodybuilder. He works out all the time, so I was just surprised to see how quickly you were able to take him out. Aiden kept silent for a moment. Yeah, that makes sense. There was a long moment of silence between them. Then Charlotte spoke up again. Why do you always do that? Aiden raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Deflect. Whenever I ask you a question, you always avoid giving me a straight answer. Or you shrug me off. She crossed her arms. What's the matter, Aiden? He shook his head. Nothing's wrong, Charlotte. See? You just did it again. She stared directly at him. You can open up to me, you know. I know that, but... As he spoke, he glanced over at her. Her eyes were shining underneath the passing streetlights outside the car. All at once, he felt himself get overwhelmed by how attractive Charlotte was. It's complicated, Charlotte. Like I said, I'm married to your best friend. Charlotte slumped in her seat. Ava's furious with me anyway right now. Aiden chuckled. That's probably true. Charlotte turned to stare out the window. Ava's always been like this, though. She's incredibly stubborn. Once she gets hold of a grudge, she never lets it go. I'm afraid that after what happened with you two... Aiden interrupted. Nothing happened between us. Charlotte turned around, facing Aiden. What do you mean nothing happened? He shook his head. We got married because we had to, but nothing actually happened between us. Physically, I mean. At least, not that I remember. Charlotte smirked slightly. Oh. I see. There was another long pause between them. Then Charlotte perked up again. Look, like I said, I'm sorry about all of this. I'm sorry for pretending like you were my boyfriend. I don't want to cause more friction between you and Ava. Can I make it up to you? Aiden furrowed his brow. How? I know this great gym that I've been meaning to try. Charlotte smiled. Why don't we go sometime, just as friends? Get a workout in, and maybe you can teach me some of those fighting moves you busted out on Cade. Aiden chuckled. Okay, sure. I'll go with you. But on one condition. What's that? Charlotte tucked a strand of hair behind her ear as she spoke. We both have to swear that, no matter what happens, we have to remain friends. Nothing more. While keeping hold of the wheel, Aiden extended his palm to her. Agreed? Charlotte stared down at his hand. Reluctantly, she placed her hand in his. Agreed. They shook on it, but as they both held hands, Aiden could feel chills go down his spine. He sighed, thinking, this is not going to be easy. Finally, they reached Charlotte's house. Charlotte stepped out of the car, leaning her head in through the window to say goodbye. Thanks again for my rescue, and for driving me home. She smiled at him. Aiden smiled back. Anytime. Isn't that what friends are for? Good night. Good night, Charlotte. She turned and headed inside her house. As Aiden watched her walk away, he rolled up the car window and drove into the night. Maybe I misjudged Charlotte's intentions, he thought. Maybe she really just does want to be friends. Or maybe we can't ever be just friends. Meanwhile, in another part of town, a young man sat in a room that was completely dark except for the glare coming from the TV. His eyes were laser-focused on the screen as he played a violent video game. Without warning, Dominic Grayson pushed the door open and charged into the room. He snatched the controller out of the young man's hands and smashed it against the wall. Enough with the game, son! We have work to do, Dominic roared. The young man, Dominic's son, stood up in a huff, furious. Dad, what the hell? What are you doing? Dominic paced around the room. At your age, I was already helping my father with the family business. I was already rising through the ranks of the Mafia. But here you are, sitting on your ass, wasting your time on childish games. Dominic's son folded his arms. You never approve of anything I do. When I go out and party, you punish me. When I sit here and play games, you punish me. What am I supposed to do to please you? Dominic exhaled sharply. That's why I've come to talk to you. There's a rumor going around Chicago that I think you might find interesting. Dominic's son raised an eyebrow. A rumor? What rumor? It's about the tiger, Dominic snarled. He's back, and you're going to help me stop him. How will Dominic and his son try to stop the tiger? Will Ava find out about Aiden and Charlotte's kiss?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.